Okay, so we're going to try out some ideas for making broth for the big game that's coming up next Sunday. Um, I think I'm going to start with one that is themed for the Kansas City Chiefs, right? Is that what it is? Kansas City? Uh, our friends Howard and Sarah and Ariana are big fans, and so this one is going to be made for you. Um, this is, let's see, we're going to look at kind of a fun angle here. This is the broth sloth. He's going to be joining us while we're making the broth here. So what I've got is just a clear mug here, and I think I'm going to start off with our spicy tortilla. And the spicy tortilla is going to give us a little bit of a kick, because in Kansas City, they're all about the spice and, kind of like barbecue sauce and everything. I might have a little bit of a secret ingredient that goes with that as well. So, we all know that to make Millie sipping broth, you just need to put the broth bag in 8 ounces of hot water. Excuse me, I've got my 8 ounces here. And we are doing this live, Lori. This is a live stream. So we've got that going while we're waiting for that to steep. As you can see, that's pretty hot water right there. We're going to go, just going to show you a couple of things that we're going to use. We're going to use some edible glitter, which is really, really cool. Gonna kind of zhuzh up the drink. And this would be something I think that even Taylor Swift would want to drink while she's watching the game, right? So that's coming. And, we're just going to use 1 packet of the spicy tortilla broth. I made this the other day for a networking group, and the event was outside, and we had, everyone was drinking beer and wine and everything like that, but everyone really enjoyed drinking the broth as well, just kind of because it was cold outside and everything like that. Okay, so let's check on my broth here and see how it's going. All right, so it's steeping very nicely, and you only need about 4 minutes for it to steep. A lot of people ask, why 4 minutes? Well, a lot of tea, if you drink tea, they say up to 10 minutes for tea to steep, which is kind of crazy. But we designed this so it's kind of in between. And yeah, you can drink it if you only do it for a couple of minutes, but it's not as robust of a flavor. But look at that flavor coming through. And so we've got that flavor is going to be really, really nice. Okay, so I think we're almost at 4 minutes here. And so I've got a burgundy glitter. It's an edible glitter. And so I'm going to open. So this came the other day. We're going to open that up right there like that. And I'm just going to add that right to the top. Let me just show you what that looks like here as I do that. There. Okay, and let me put that back there like that. All right, that's kind of cool. I don't know if you can see that. Let's see. My other camera's got a better view of that as well. Let's see. Let's see if that's better. Can you see the sparklies in there? Well, if you were here, you could see it's got good sparkly. I don't know if you can see that in there. Yeah, there it is right there. That's kind of fun, right? So, and it's edible. So here we go. Ooh, that's good. Ooh, that is good. So there you go. You've got that. Now, because it's Kansas City, I'm going to add one more little thing to it that Howard and Sarah will appreciate. So let's go back to my other camera here. Now, Kansas City is known for barbecue sauce, and I'm not going to tell you the brand of the barbecue sauce that I have here, but if you know Kansas City, you've got Arthur Bryan's, you've got Gates, there's a lot of really popular, famous places there. So I'm just going to add a touch of barbecue sauce to this to give it a little bit more of a Kansas City flair. So there you go. All right, look at that. I don't know if you can see that. See all the sparklies going on in there. That's a lot of fun. Okay, so I'm gonna take that out. And here you go. This is the finished product for the big game. So if you are looking for something kind of fun to serve to people that's not a million calories, this is perfect. Ooh, that is good. That is good. And I wish you could see all the sparklies in there. But anyway, it tastes really good. Okay. So the next thing I'm going to make is call it a sipping broth latte. And we're going to make it with, let's see, what should we make it with? I think I'm going to choose lemongrass. So we're going to use a Thai lemongrass, and we're going to make a sipping broth latte. Now, what is the big deal about a sipping broth latte? Well, I'll tell you. So someone brought to my attention that, pumpkin spice lattes are, big deal. And wouldn't it be amazing if sipping broth kind of surpassed the pumpkin spice latte? And I think the only way that it could actually happen is if there was some huge benefit to drinking it. So I'm going to show you a sipping broth latte that is going to give you like an amazing benefit over anything you could get from a pumpkin spice latte. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to go back to my other camera here, and we've got, so I'm going to open up my lemongrass broth packet here. We're going to put that in and get in my, we're going to only use about 6 ounces of hot water because we want to make sure there's enough room in the cup for the protein part, which we're going to use. So as this is steeping here, let me show you what we're going to do. We've got a unflavored whey protein that is a powder right here. And that is what we're going to put in there. And that is going to be the latte part of our drink. All right. So while this is steeping here, you can see the flavors coming right out there as the color starts to churn. That the savoriness and the citrusy flavor of the lemongrass really comes out in this, and you need a little bit of a stronger flavor for the sipping broth latte because the whey protein will get kind of thick, and so you want that flavor to come through. There's 2 ways to do this. There's this way, which I'm doing right now, which is just to steep the broth like this. The other thing that you could do is you can actually rip the packet open and put that into the broth. And what that'll do is it gives you a more intense flavor. So it really depends on what you're trying to do. But I'm going to stick with this because then, I don't want, if you open up the broth packet, you're going to get the dehydrated vegetables and seasoning and all that kind of stuff. It's going to be kind of loose in there, but I want to contain it. So that's what I'm doing with this. So let's go back, take a look at how we're doing here. And okay, that is pretty much ready to go. I wish you guys could smell this. Smells really, really good. Okay. So I'm going to kind of give it a smush on the side, get as much flavor out as possible out of the side there like that. Normally I would leave the broth bag in, but since I'm going to be doing something a little bit different to this, I'm going to take it out. So I'm just going to smush out as much of that as possible. All right. So here is my unflavored whey protein and protein powder. So I'm going to add that in there now. And I have this makes like latte foam. So this is like a little mixer. I'm going to use that. Let me get my camera up over here so you can see what's going on there. So these things are great for doing mixing in a mug like this. And this particular drink that I'm making right now, see, that only took like 20 seconds. If you want more foam, you can kind of do this at the top. But yeah, so this particular drink is going to give you 15 grams of complete protein. And when I say complete, here's the difference between this, like let's say in a bone broth. The difference between whey protein and collagen from bone broth is that this has all of the amino acids that are considered complete protein. And so when you're looking for protein for your day, getting a complete protein, you talk to a lot of dietitians, they'll say that this is better for you, and that an incomplete protein, so it doesn't have all the amino acids, doesn't really give you any kind of benefit. So that's what this does. So 15 grams of protein, and it's ready to go. Let's taste it. Okay, so it's kind of thick. I'm going to go back to my other, actually, I'll show you here. So I don't know if you can see that, but it's got a thickness to it. And since we're doing a game day kind of drink for Howard and Sarah, I'm going to add some sparklies to it, some edible glitter, and I don't know if you can see this, but let's go over my other camera here, and I'll add a little bit more. But here's my edible glitter, and let's see. Oh, look at that! Changes the color a little bit. That's kind of fun. Let's see what it looks like on the side here. Can you see it? A little bit of glitter coming through here. Anyway, that's kind of fun. But yeah, so this is a great way to get protein. If you're like I do intermittent fasting, so I'll do 16-8. So I start eating at around noon, and if I'll break my fast with protein, either this or a sweet shake. The difference was doing a savory versus a sweet is that your blood sugar is not going to get spiked because there's no added sugar to this. It's all it's protein and broth, so it's a really, really nice way to do that. So here you go. Okay, all right. Well, so hopefully there's a couple of drinks. So if you're Kansas City fans, maybe you can make those drinks for your Super Bowl party, and hopefully people will appreciate it, and they don't have to, eat, thousands of calories worth of stuff in between commercials. They can sip on broth, get their protein, and they'll be very happy campers. Thank you for joining, and look forward to seeing you next time.